I'm so glad that I didn't do it because it'd just be such a waste of yarn. It is the biggest scam ever. I'll tell you a secret. Hi everyone, thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be organising my yarn stash with me and checking out your controversial crochet opinions. Just before we get started, I'm just going to quickly change up this camera angle so you can see the ground, so you can see what I'm working on, and we can start chatting a little more. I think this is probably the best angle that we're going to get, so we're going to have to work with it. I have brought all my yarn here. It's only, I say only, like it's not a lot, but I've got 2 boxes. Some yarn's actually fine and the others are not. Also, I've got so much scrap. Like, what am I supposed to do with this one ball of chunky yarn? Like, I actually have no idea. So I thought it could be really fun to react to some of the controversial opinions that you guys have given to me in one of my TikTok posts. It's actually currently, from where I'm checking now, it has 974.2k views and over 2,000 comments. So some of the comments are pretty juicy. So the first one we've got here is, I know everyone loves it, but granny squares, I can't understand the hype. I really don't like the look, especially as wearables. Granny square slander, it is not going to run around here. I'll be so real. Like, as blankets, I love them. As bags, I love them. Honestly, even the bucket hat granny squares, like, they look good. As wearables, to be honest, I do understand that it is a little bit hit and miss sometimes. I do think that some clothes I have seen, like, they look really good. I don't know if you've seen the chunky granny square cardigans. It's like 4 squares here, 2 squares here. I genuinely think, like, that looks so good. Like, I don't know if I could ever rock it, but I love it. I do also really like the ones where, like the cardigans, where it's like just kind of like a vest of a granny square and then the rest is like balloon sleeves and like a granny stitch. I think that looks really good personally. I do like granny squares. I see people literally where they have had to commit to the size of the granny square and then it becomes quite an ill-fitted garment. So I do understand why someone might think as wearables they don't look good, but I do think that when it's well done, it looks really tasteful. So I'm sorry, just me AAA, I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one. The next comment I've got, and it actually got 11.2k likes, so that's crazy. Ada commented, people bullying others for buying cheaper yarn. Like, sorry, I'm not buying one skein for $30. Agreed. I will never ever understand the yarn hate. We're already doing an art which is like super slow, we're trying to be sustainable, and I totally get that acrylic yarn, like, maybe like a front view perspective you might think it's plastic, but not everyone is rich. And I'm not gonna lie, if you're not funding me the money to go out and buy cotton or wool or whatever, like, just don't. Sorry to say it, guys, but next comment I've got is, which actually got over 1k likes, is Emma Kira commented, decorated hooks, mainly the ones with big clay. To be honest, I do understand how the really heavy clay hooks can become a bit of a burden. You're crocheting for a really long time, so what can seem light now will feel really heavy later. So I do get that, although, cheeky little plug, I am actually officially opening my clay hook business. It's super thin polymer hooks, literally tailored to you, whatever color you want. I've got like 5 different designs out right now. They're super cute, super comfortable, and all customizable, so do get in touch if you're interested. Anyways, let's move on. Side note, I bought this yarn literally 1 year ago and I don't know what to do with it, but it's so pretty. It's the Karen Blossom Cake in shade Yacht Club. I love it, but like, what do I do with it? I would think I was gonna make a hexy cardigan out of this, but the dye lot definitely does not exist anymore. Do I care? Probably not. Not sure. Comment below if you know what I could do with this. The comment I've got that was actually very popular is, changing colours every row, who's sewing those tails in? Girl, for real, who is actually sewing all those tails in? That could never be me. I literally tie every single end and just hope for the best. I know a lot of people do comment on my videos and say, why don't I just crochet over them? But sometimes I forget and I literally tie and pray. I tie and pray, guys. I tie and pray because ain't nobody got time for that. Anyway, moving on. Those rings that are supposed to help with tension. This is talking about tension rings. Why are tension rings the biggest scam? I know that there are a lot of people out there who truly believe in tension rings. That is not me. The yarn moves so fast through the ring. I did try it when I first started crocheting. I did actually buy 2 because I did struggle a lot holding the yarn. If you watch my previous video, you'll know how much I struggled with that as a beginner. But why? It's just a scam. I truly believe that tension rings are the scams of the crochet community. I said what I said, sue me. I've had another one which actually was really popular, which is yarn bowls. When I first started crocheting, I was dying for a yarn bowl. That is all I wanted. Do you understand that yarn bowls are actually so impractical? Because your skeins, for example, this is so big, this is like tiny. The yarn bowl can't accommodate to all size skeins, so I do understand like why it would just not work. It would just be impractical. Yeah, yarn bowls, they look cute, but I think that they are far from any good. This one is done. This one looks kind of bad, to be honest, but it might just need a little clean. My yarn is actually a lot more organized than I thought it was, but I'm glad that I'm doing this and I'm being motivated to do this right now. So let's move on. The next comment I've got is popcorn stitch. I don't like how it looks. Guys, I literally couldn't agree more. I hate popcorn stitch. Not because of how they look, because I've seen people have really cute like makeup caddies, holders, everything. They look cute. I think they're popcorn stitch. What's the other stitch? Puff stitch? I don't even know the difference. I'll be so real with you. One annoying thing about popcorn stitches and all of that is the fact that you have to yarn over like 400 times, and I hate that. I am a half double crochet lover, so honestly anything other than that is an inconvenience. It takes up so much yarn, and as a beginner, I think I'm traumatized because when I was a beginner last year, I had to make this granny square with like a bunch of popcorn stitches, and honestly my tension was so off. They were so tight. They were like these hard little balls. I hated it. It was just not a great square. So maybe I need to try it again. Maybe I should do a video of tackling all the stitches I've been avoiding. I think that could be fun. Comment if you'd like me to film that, because I think that could actually be a really fun video. The next comment we've got is temperature blankets. Why do you care what the temp was? So I only think people do temperature blankets for the views. I truly believe that on TikTok, Instagram Reels, whatever, like everyone loves a series to follow, especially if it's relatable to you, and that is the only reason that I can honestly find to justify spending all the time doing a temperature blanket. Single crochet temperature blanket, half double crochet, whatever temperature blanket. I agree. Who cares? But then again, like I did consider making a temperature blanket when I first kind of started doing TikTok, because I just wanted a series. I think series, like obviously like I said, do well, but I'm so glad that I didn't do it because it'd just be such a waste of yarn. I think they look horrible, like the orange, red, yellow, dark blue, black, whatever combo. It doesn't look good. Like the control freak in me not being able to choose the pattern and it's determined on the weather, albeit the UK weather, the whole blanket would be black. It's not happening. Next one we've got is amigurumi beginner kit. A way cheaper and better way to learn is some YouTube tutorials, cheap yarn hook and a dream. Agreed. I'll tell you a secret. There was this company that made crochet beginner kits. I'm not going to name them, but when I told them that I tried out their kit, because they wanted me to post and say that their kits were all beginner friendly and like amazing, I literally reached out to them and I said kit is not beginner friendly. I physically cannot say to you guys that it's beginner friendly because that's a big fat lie. So I said I'm happy to work with you guys, change the pattern. They ignored me. They never replied to me ever again. And then I saw other creators like posting about them and saying like that they were beginner friendly. Do not fall for the amigurumi beginner kits. Do you know what the sad thing is? I spent, I think, honestly, 8 or 9 hours trying to figure out firstly the pattern, because the pattern they gave me on the website was wrong. All the material they gave wasn't enough. Like there wasn't enough stuffing that they gave. And I spent all that time and honestly, I feel robbed. I still to this day, I feel robbed of my 9 hours. Just go on YouTube. YouTube is probably your best friend. Not these amigurumi beginner kits. Magic circles, hate them. Why do they always come loose in the middle? I have one sentence to say and one sentence to say only. Magic circles are not hard, you are just doing them wrong. The reason they're coming loose in the middle is because you're not actually sewing the whole close properly, if that makes sense. So where you've got that excess, you need to basically weave through the circle and pull, it will literally never come loose. As a beginner, I saw so much hate towards magic circles when I started. I was genuinely so scared to start a project that had that, and I did it and I was like, oh, like, I feel like everyone just jumps on a bandwagon that doesn't actually exist. Okay, we've also got keeping a stitch count on simple projects like blankets. Like, how do you even mess up a straight line of crochet? I feel like you should just at me next time in my own comment section, because that's me. I will mess up every single project if I don't have a stitch marker at the end and at the beginning, because the thing is genuinely I am stupid enough to miss a stitch, because if I've got 40 stitches to go across, I will have to count to 40 each time. Like, I have to use stitch markers so that I don't have to count. I know, like, these amazing crocheters, they can freehand any project in the world. They just know what they're doing. I don't. I want to watch TV and not have to count and not think about a single thing in the world. We exist, guys. We exist, and I'm proud to be here. Okay, the next thing we've got is I hate double crochet stitches. They leave too much of a gap. I do actually see where this one's coming from, but this is the issue, right? Like, single crochet, in my opinion, I think is one of the best looking stitches. However, I feel like obviously it takes forever because it's such a small stitch. So how do you find that balance? I did actually see a video the other day on TikTok. It was about stacked double crochet. That one actually looked really good. I do know what you guys mean, so that's why I kind of try and avoid projects where there is so much double crochet in it, because I don't feel like it actually looks that good. I do think half double crochet is quite a happy medium for that, but it's a hard one. I've got one here which is charging for patterns. Do you expect pattern writers to create a pattern and just give it for free? We're in a cost of living crisis. Everyone is trying to make money in their own way, and I also feel like everyone wants everything for free. Guys, it's not gonna happen. I don't like that. I truly believe that everyone who sells a pattern, they need to charge accordingly, charge fairly. And yeah, if you don't want to pay for a pattern, just say so, but you ain't gonna get that pattern, girl. Okay, just before we continue with the opinions, these are the only skeins that are actually knotted or in a bad way. I don't know why I thought that there were more that were in this way, but this is great for me. So the final one that we've got here is the 6-day star blanket. Kind of rude, because in that video I was actually making a 6-day star blanket, but pop off for the truthfulness, regardless of what you see in front of you. I have spent the whole video literally talking and not unwinding. I just organized, and now I need to actually undo all of these knots off camera, so it probably will never happen. But the 6-day star blanket slander, it has to go. I think it looks really cute. I like the supernova. I like all the star blankets. I do agree that it's a bit impractical in the sense of it may not cover your whole body because it's not a typical rectangle. I think it's a really cute decorative piece. I'm just staring at my star blanket, if you're wondering why I'm looking. Okay guys, and that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed chatting with me and organizing with me as well. If you enjoyed these chatty videos, please let me know. If you do have any other video ideas for me, please put that in the comments. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.